So this is what the rollover commando push-up looks like. You're gonna start on your belly and then you're gonna power up and do 2 knee tucks. And you lay down on your belly between each knee tuck. So one more time. Up and down. Up and down. Then you're gonna extend your arms and your legs and you're gonna roll over. And repeat the push-ups and the knee tucks. Down and down and roll over and keep going. And this is really challenging exercise, and make sure that you're not going with your chest up first and then your hips like this. Try to push your body off of the ground in one straight line. So try to do this. And the knee goes immediately as soon as you push up. This is a lot of fun, this exercise, and I'm glad that Freddie came up with it, so say thanks to Freddie, and that's it. Beginners are gonna do this exercise differently. You guys gonna have the exercise mat underneath your knees, because for you it's enough if you just push yourself up and on your knees. So you're gonna do this. No knee tucks, nothing like that. For you is enough that you're capable of, from your belly, to push yourself up into this position. You're gonna do it twice, and then you're gonna extend your arms and your legs. You're gonna do the rollover, and here you're gonna repeat the exercise one more time. So on your knees, down, on your knees, down, and so on.
Hello, I'm Lakeisha Bennett, and welcome to Behavioral Health Today, a commentary from Medavance Billing Service. Our topic today is change. The December 2012 tragedy at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut has put mental health disorder in the national spotlight. The shooting claimed the lives of 20 small students and 6 educators. Officials are looking into whether the gunman who took his own life, Adam Lanza, was suffering from a mental illness. And just months before this horrific school shooting, the country was rocked by another mass murder at a movie theater in Aurora, Colorado. In July, police say a gunman dressed in tactical clothing set off tear gas grenades, then fired into the audience. 12 people were killed, 58 others injured. Police say that suspect, James Holmes, saw 3 mental health professionals before the shooting. And while we may never learn the motives behind either tragedy, now more than ever comes the time for mental health to become a roundtable discussion. Perhaps one of the most difficult conversations we'll have will be the ones about our own role in a culture that ignores people with mental illnesses, a culture that pushes them into social isolation instead of reaching out with a helping hand. We need change that will stop short-sighted cuts to mental health programs, change that will dramatically increase the behavioral health system's capacity to attend to people desperately needing care. And finally, change that will equip our neighbors and communities to recognize mental illnesses and help people seek care. At Behavioral Health Today, we hope these difficult conversations on mental health begin to take precedence throughout our nation. Thank you. We hope you've been enlightened, and this commentary will help you change the conversation about behavioral health disorders. To receive your copy of this commentary, or to learn more about Behavioral Health Today, go to erasethestigmanow.com. I'm Lakeisha Bennett, and thank you for watching.
We have this project with Denver University and the Rotary Club, whereby we are partnering with MAGI, and we are working in Kibera. And one of the things that we need to do overall is to improve the quality of life and the health of the people in the area that we are working in. And this is revolving around water and sanitation facilities that had been put up for some time, and we are reviving them. And through them, that becomes like a rallying point. It's a multi-pronged kind of approach whereby we are looking at one, we need to teach people about health and hygiene so that they can appreciate that these facilities, as long as they're there and they are functional, it improves their quality of life in the sense that they can get clean water and they can also access clean sanitation facilities. There's also a human dignity involved because using a clean facility. One of the things that we're doing is that we're working through communities, because we have community-based organizations made up of members who live within the Kibera. We can go and give education. At the same time, the same communities should run the facilities as income-generating activities. We put them together, teach them how they can run the facility as a business and how they can make an income out of it, whereby it is satisfying their income needs as well as their social needs in terms of the things that they are, in terms of their livelihoods. So getting people together and to believe in that these facilities can be functional has been our major activity, and this one has been through relationship building, so they can buy into our ideas, because without people you realize that those facilities cannot function. Imagine now Fanisi, we have the Rotary Club of Denver Southeast, and then we also have the Denver University and now the Silanga Development Group. And everybody will have a role to play. In Undugu, where we have a primary school, we had one facility. It had no clear demarcation between the girls' side and the boys' side. So we managed to put up a wall, whereby now we have a girls' side and a boys' side, so all of them are going to benefit out of it. We had about 4 tanks which had been vandalized, so we've managed to repair those pipes. The other major challenge now has been the issue of water, because without water, those facilities cannot function. And the politics of water in the slum area are quite dynamic. The communities, especially the committee that is in charge of the whole of the project, has managed to talk to the people who own the water besides the Nairobi Water Company, which is the service provider. And they have managed to get water to some of the facilities. We have an opportunity of ensuring that people get adequate and clean facilities and also clean water. And again also, we have a potential of maybe replicating the same, because if we can bring them up and ensure that they are working, it can also be a model that can be borrowed by other people who would like to do the same thing. And when you walk in Kibera, sometimes you realize that the people who are living there are there not maybe sometimes by their choice. Maybe it's fate. And when I look at how they live and the environment that they live in, I feel that if I could make a small difference as a person, I think that would really, I would really feel that I'm giving something back to the community. As we do all these interventions in terms of training people and also accessing them water and sanitation, we also have a role in terms of advocacy and enlightening them, because people need to take charge of their own lives, and we need to give them a voice, do capacity building for them, so that they can also learn how to fight for their own rights. Especially like in this country, with the passage of the new constitution, with the Bill of Rights, water is a right to everybody. So what we will do is we need to empower them in terms of knowledge, and also guiding them on where and how they can lobby for the government to recognize that the informal settlements, it's people who live there, and they have a right to live in this country, and they deserve better services than what they are getting currently.
So what this meeting really drives home for me is how, because this is part of RWJF's Pioneer portfolio, Project Health Design is a very sort of forward-thinking, almost kind of on the fringe sort of activity where we're looking at a set of brand new technologies in some cases and patient and clinician behaviors that are definitely not normal or commonplace at this point. Really sort of, as I said, on the fringe. And yet at the same time, what we think about in terms of all the issues of how do you actually integrate this into practice. We run into all the fundamental health and healthcare issues of our time about how busy clinicians are, about how we have a system that's very focused on acute episodes of care as opposed to continuous chronic care, and about how cost is such a driver of everything. And as we go through each project and we talk about the effects it might have on the system, the challenges it has to working, and also the potential that it brings, we run into all of those basic issues. So while on the one end it seems like kind of an out there sort of project, on the other end it is very fundamental to how we think about health and healthcare going forward.
Yo, today is Monday, June 11th, 2012, 4:42 p.m. I just want to say, man, first of all, on this channel right here, I don't really so much worry about the music videos or the elaborate editing. I just pretty much do whatever I want to, whether it's positive, silly, whether it's negative, whether it's weird, eccentric, or just whatever I do. But on this, I just want to say, man, I thank everybody for genuinely showing me love, and my sister and my brother, and the child, my mama. I know I joke and clown, but sometimes you have to do that because you look at situations like that and wow, this is serious, man. I look at it like, man, how the stroke, how it's affected her speech, and it's better the other day, and it's kind of gotten worse. So I like, wow, this is serious. So I like to document my thoughts and stuff. That's how I do this thing here. On this, I document my thoughts, how I feel, so you know the ups and downs. So I thank everybody for showing my mama love. My sister actually let us see some of the comments and the pictures being put up, and it lifted her spirits. And I know our birthday is coming up June 14th, which is real soon. So I'm not gonna lie, it makes me get a weird feeling to the pit of my stomach to see her like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I know this sounds real generic and stereotypical, but if your parents and stuff out there, man, your parents, it means something. Tell them you love them, especially the ones that's genuinely there for you. Especially, just tell them you love them. Be thankful and grateful.